Morning, everybody. This is the ninth Utah Tech Lance Anderson football press conference ahead of this Saturday's game at Eastern Kentucky. Kickoff inside Roy Kidd Stadium in Richmond, Kentucky will be at 1 o'clock Mountain, 3 o'clock Eastern time. The game will be streamed on ESPN Plus. It'll be an Eastern Kentucky produced broadcast. The game will also be aired live on the Advanced Sports Network, 99.5 FM in St. George. This is the first trip that the Trailblazers will take to the Bluegrass State. It'll be the sixth time the Trailblazers will have played a football game east of the Mississippi River. We also played at North Alabama earlier this year, so it'll be the second time we've ventured this far east this season as well. The Trailblazers are coming off a 13-7 home loss to Austin Peay last Saturday afternoon. A couple of notes from that game: sophomore safety Brevin Havlin racked up a game and career high 12 tackles. His 12 tackle day was his third straight double-digit tackle game this season, and the fifth over his brief career as well. And redshirt junior running back Brent Stone ran for a career high 44 yards and scored a second career touchdown last Saturday as well against Austin Peay. With that, we'll open up with a quick opening statement from Coach, and then with your questions, Coach.
If we look back at Austin Peay on Saturday first, I mean, just for us as a football team and football program at this point, it was good to be in a game really from start to finish and have a chance at the end. So it was great to see our guys compete. Still just didn't do enough to win the game on offense. We just couldn't finish enough drives, because couldn't put the ball in the end zone or put ourselves in position to put more points on the board. Defensively, we made progress, with tackling. Still need to be better in our run defense. We were better on third downs, which was encouraging, but still just a lot, needs to be better. As we look forward to Eastern Kentucky this week, again, it's another long road trip for us. We play another quality football team, with some good football players on both sides of the ball. So it will be another big challenge for us this weekend, but we are certainly looking forward to the opportunity.
Okay, questions for Coach?
Coach, third down conversions the last 2 weeks have been a lot better. This was your best effort on third down this week.
Yeah, and we still, offensively, we still need more because we need to finish those drives. We obviously need a lot more points that we can put on the board. Defensively, we've had a couple of weeks where on third down, yes, we've been much better. We were pretty good on Saturday, but again, defensively, really the story of the season for us again has been being able to stop the run and just tackling, and those are big areas that have to get better for us. But we talked often about third down being a big part of determining football games, and it was encouraging that we've got progress there, but still on both sides of the ball, we need improvement in a lot of other areas as well.
We were short running back Chris Street out, so you had Nigel come in, Brett Stone, and Crowell. Just talk about those guys stepping up in the absence of Chris.
And they all stepped up. They all did a nice job of filling their roles. Breton both out of the backfield catching the football, run game too, ran hard. Nigel had some very productive runs for us, ran the football hard. Kona in particular does a good job as a blocker, and he had two critical third down conversions on receptions. So, with Chris down and still being, questionable this week, it was great to see those guys step up. And, I can't leave Asa Chapman out as well as a true freshman that got some carries and was very productive. And we'll look for Asa too. If Chris can't go this week, Asa will have a role for us again this week as well.
Will you get Street back this week?
We don't know. He has not practiced yet. I hope to have a better update this afternoon from our trainer. We're optimistic that there at least may be a chance, but still don't know at this point.
Real quick, one other player I wanted to ask you about, Coach, just whether or not you'll have him. Spencer Rich, the linebacker?
That looks very doubtful for Spencer Rich. Yep.
Coach, how's morale?
I was just going to say, Spencer was looking forward to this game, being from the Nashville area, not far from a family. So I know he's pretty disappointed that, it doesn't look likely that he'll be able to go. Sorry,
That's
Devin.
kind of why I asked.
Yeah.
Coach, I'm just curious, how's morale? I mean, how's the locker room? How's practice after a close loss? I mean, still searching for that elusive first win. Like, can you take us behind the scenes and give us kind of some nuggets there as to how the guys are responding with it being tough in the win-loss column right now?
Again, surprisingly, it's been good. That's been my fear, kind of all year long, knowing that, hey, this was going to be a tough rebuild. We had a lot of work ahead of us. And that's the one thing I knew that we couldn't lose is just the team and the effort, because the guys were so optimistic as we went through the spring, fall camp. But I think this week in particular, really for the first time this year, those guys really felt like we were in a game from start to finish. And if anything, it made those guys even a little more hungry, and that they could kind of see what is out there and what it takes to win a football game. So I think after the game, I think guys, there were, guys were not hanging their heads. Guys were not dropping their eyes. I think the body language was better. We've had a couple good practices already this week on Monday and this morning. So again, I got to give credit to our guys that they are still working. There's still energy at practice. And I keep telling them, as long as we do that, as long as, you love football and you love going through this process, we are going to make progress. We're going to get better. And at least I can say that the effort is still there. The guys are still working hard.
I'm just curious, what's the depth chart as far as your top 4 quarterbacks concerned right now? How would you slot them in going into this game on the road?
Quarterbacks. So still, I believe Bronson will still start. And again, he's learning every week. Again, this week we had a few drops. Bronson also had a few missed throws. And then we had a few, protection issues where it was just, hard giving him the time that we would need. But yeah, we still expect, Bronson to start. Reggie will still have a package, and we expect to get Reggie in there. And then we've got Luke McPhail behind those two. And we're kind of, those are the 3 guys getting the reps in practice, with Deacon Hill, being out for the season with his injury. We're kind of relying on those 3 guys right now.
Has Deacon made it known that he'll come back next year, or is that still up in the air?
He's been very clear that he wants to come back, and this is where he wants to be. He's got some great leadership ability, and even with the injury being out, he's still, showing those leadership traits and things, and he's, made it very clear that he wants to be back here. And yes, at this point, I definitely would want him back. So.
All I got, Coach. Thank you so much.
Okay, do we have any other questions for Coach? Okay, seeing none, we will wrap up the press conference for today. Thank you, gentlemen. We'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you.